Hey guys, sales training with Spence here. Doing it with Spencer Williams, tuning in. Stop selling, start closing. Do it with Spence. Some of this stuff is coming out of the close 7-level selling. And we're talking about decision making today. How buyers make the decision to buy. So this is actually an interesting topic. This is one that I love. Actually, I love to study this stuff. It's so interesting because through this, and this, I'm not going to tell you exactly how they make the decision to buy, but we are going to understand the brain together today. And through understanding the brain and how the brain functions work, you're going to understand why they make the decision to buy, right? So that's something I love studying, how the brain works. Even if it's nothing to do with sales and business, I just love understanding how the brain works, how human nature works, why people interact certain ways. Because through understanding, you gain insights and you can use them to your advantage in a good way. Essentially, you gain power because you understand the knowledge, and you gain knowledge. Knowledge is power. You gain power. Now you get to choose if you want to do good with that power or bad. I want to do good with it. I want to empower all salespeople, all entrepreneurs around the world to take themselves up to the next level for themselves, to finally unlock their potential. And I want to do that by providing them with the motivation, the skills, and the resources to get that done for themselves, so they can get rid of the roadblocks in their lives and keep taking those steps forward. Right, so this is the picture in the book here. Decision making. How buyers make decisions, the 3 parts of the brain. So you can see the brain is not one singular entity. Instead, it's a stacked entity of 3 different sections. You got the reptilian brain, you got the mammalian brain, and then you got the primate brain. Right? So it's not one entity, it's 3 separate ones stacked. So I'm just going to read from the book here so that you guys can understand exactly what I understand right now, the decision-making process on how buyers make the decision, and you're going to learn that by understanding the 3 parts of the human brain. So let's just get right into it. The neocortex. So the brain is divided into 3 somewhat independent, smaller brains. To understand how people make real buying decisions, you must understand all 3 parts of the brain. The neocortex, the last part of the human brain to evolve, was the neocortex. This part of the brain is the thinking brain that can imagine the future, see into the past, sing songs, write poetry, paint beautiful pictures, write books, and lie, cheat, and steal. Whoa. This part of the brain is the let me think about it brain. The neocortex can think forever, but it can never, ever make a decision. Decisions are made in the emotional brain, and action is taken in the reptile brain. The neocortex is a trap for you as a salesperson because the last thing that you want is your prospects thinking and unable to make a decision. You must tailor your presentation so that they run on emotions, fear, and greed to avoid getting stuck in the disabled thinking brain. A confused mind never buys, and neither does a thinking mind. The neocortex cannot ever make a decision. So the mammalian brain is next. The neocortex, like you just heard, it is the thinking brain. Buyers do not make decisions by thinking, right? The neocortex cannot make decisions alone. You need to get them into their emotional brain, which is where they're going to make the decision. So let's understand that part of the brain. The mammalian brain is the part of the brain that flights, flees, flocks, or freezes. It controls the emotions and is a main influencer on buying decisions. People do not buy on logic ever. Period. End of story. They do not buy on logic. They always buy on emotions and justify logic with the fact, after the fact as well. The main emotion you want your prospects to feel throughout your presentation is the yes feeling that keeps you in rapport. Right? The main emotion that you want them to avoid is the no feeling, which may be linked to disgust or other offensive emotions and will break rapport almost instantly. right? So the reptilian brain controls the limbic system, and it is the oldest part of the brain. This brain operates on fear and greed only. This brain has the strongest decision-making power and holds nearly all of the action-taking power over the body. Your prospect must feel significant greedy gain over your offer, but fear of loss can also be a huge motivator for the reptile brain to take action. It may sadden you to know that humans make decisions based on fear and greed, but do not be saddened by this information. Instead, embrace the mechanics of the mind and use this information to communicate your offer in such a way that will appeal to the reptilian brain that controls all action over the body. So, guys, that is understanding the human brain, and through understanding the human brain, you're going to understand the root of all actions. You're going to understand why people buy, why people don't buy, why people say certain things in certain situations, why people go closer to going into one group than another group, right? There's so many decisions, so many possibilities that can happen in this world. Is absolutely mind-blowing, and you're never going to understand all of it, and you're always going to be a victim to it if you don't understand. Right? So understand the human brain, understand the human body. It's the most simple gift that you can give to yourself. It's truly understanding yourself, because unless you understand yourself and all humans alike, you are never going to have power over yourself. You must understand that. Give yourself the gift of understanding yourself, because it's important. Understand yourself personally, but also understand human beings, because that's the other part that makes yourself able to even be yourself, right? This is Sales Training with Spence. A little bit of psychology stuff here. Very interesting stuff. Understand it, learn it. It'll definitely come in help. Sales Training with Spence. I hope to see you guys next time. Thanks.